Luke 13, the New Life Version. At this time, some people came to Jesus. They told him that Pilate had killed some of the people from the country of Galilee. It was while they were giving gifts of animals on the altar in worship to God. Pilate put their blood together with the blood of the animals. Jesus said to them, "What about these people from Galilee? Were they worse sinners than all the other people from Galilee because they suffered these things? No, I tell you, but unless you are sorry for your sins and turn from them, you too will all die. What about those 18 men who were killed when the high building in Siloam fell on them? Do you think that they were the worst sinners living in Jerusalem? No, I tell you, but unless you are sorry for your sins and turn from them, you too will all die." Then he told them this picture story. A man had a fig tree in his grape field. He looked for fruit on it, but found none. He said to his servant, "See, for 3 years I have been coming here looking for fruit on this fig tree. I never find any. Cut it down. Why does it even waste the ground?" The servant said, "Sir, leave it here 1 more year. I will dig around it and put plant food on it. It may be that it will give fruit next year. If it does not, then cut it down." Jesus was teaching in one of the Jewish places of worship on the day of rest. A woman was there who had suffered for 18 years because of a demon. She was not able to stand up straight. Jesus saw her and said, "Woman, you are now free from your trouble." And he put his hand on her. At once she stood up straight and gave thanks to God. The leader of the Jewish place of worship was angry because Jesus healed on the day of rest. The leader said to the people, "There are 6 days in which work should be done. Come on those days and get healed. Do not come to be healed on the day of rest." The Lord said to him, "You pretend to be someone you are not. Do not each of you let his cow or his donkey out and lead them to water on the day of rest? Should not this Jewish woman be made free from this trouble on the day of rest? She has been chained by Satan for 18 years. When he said this, all those who were against him were ashamed. All the many people were glad for the great things being done by him. Then Jesus asked, "What is the holy nation of God like? What can I use to show you? It is like a mustard seed which a man took and planted in his field. It grew and became a tree. The birds of the sky stayed in its branches." Again Jesus said, "What can I use to show you what the holy nation of God is like? It is like yeast that a woman puts into 3 pails of flour until it was all full of yeast." Jesus taught the people as he went through the cities and towns on his way to Jerusalem. Someone asked Jesus, "Lord, will only a few people be saved from the punishment of sin?" Jesus said to them, "Work hard to go in through the narrow door. I tell you, many will try to go in, but will not be able to go in. The owner of the house will get up and shut the door. You who are on the outside will knock on the door and say, 'Lord, let us in.' And he will say, 'I do not know you.' Then you will say, 'We ate and drank with you when you taught on our streets.' But he will say, 'I tell you, I do not know you. Go away from me, you are sinful. There will be loud crying and grinding of teeth when you see Abram and Isaac and Jacob and all the early preachers in the holy nation of God, but you will be put out. Those who sit at the table in the holy nation of God will come from the east and the west and the north and the south. See, some are last who will be first. Some are first who will be last. That same day, some of the proud religious law keepers came to Jesus. They said, "Go away from here. Herod wants to kill you." Jesus said to them, "Go and tell that fox, see, I put out demons and I heal the sick. I will do these things today and tomorrow, and the third day my work will be finished. But I must go on my way today and tomorrow and the day after. One who speaks for God cannot die except at Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you kill the early preachers and throw stones on those who sent to you. How many times I wanted to gather your children around me, as a bird gathers her young under her wings, but you would not let me. See, your house is empty, and I tell you, you will not see me again until the time comes when you will say, 'Great and honored is the one who comes in the name of the Lord.'"